Hi, I'm Melissa with A Creative Journey with Melissa, and today I'm going to show you a cute little gift card holder. I made it really fast, and I'm using recycled packaging. I love to do that. If you've seen any of my old videos, you know that that is definitely the case. And I also wanted to make sure I took time to really thank all of you for your kind wishes, support, sympathy for the loss of my dad. It was a sudden situation. And obviously very sad, but I do really appreciate all your thoughts and your kindness. I really cannot say how much I appreciate your support. So let's get creating. I want to show you what items I used to create this cute little packaging here. Okay. And this inside I added just a little bit of extra. You don't have to do that. You can just put your gift card in. But the good news is if you have any extra paper that you have lying around, you can, if you have a shredder, many of us do, you can just make your own paper. So you can just stick some paper in a shredder, pick it up, and you're all set. So then you'll have your own little gift paper for the inside to match whatever items you may be creating. Okay? So first we're going to start with the die. The die that I have here I used in my last creation, and it is the Pillow Box with Labels. It is a Tim Holtz die, and it's 658268. That's the die. Okay, and I'm going to put that on the side. We have some 3L very strong tape. We'll need that. We have definitely an awesome clear block for our stamps that we'll be adhering those to, so we can ink those up with our ink here. And we have a corner punch, or corner rounder punch. I love this. This is a very old one, and unfortunately Creative Memories is no longer in business, nor do they make this anymore. So this is one of my favorite ones. So I have a number of them. I stocked up on them for fear that I'd never get them again. And I have some awesome scrapbook adhesives, Easy Dots glue, and this is permanent. I have a really cute little tag punch that I use for this creation. Okay. I have the A Creative Journey with Melissa stamp set, Your Snow Wonderful. Thought it was appropriate. I'm really sorry if you don't appreciate the sentiment if you're on the East Coast or in the Midwest, because I know that you've gotten quite a bit of snow, and I really do apologize. Coming from California, it probably doesn't sound like I'm being serious, but I'm from the Midwest and I really, really miss the snow. Again, probably not what you want to hear right now. Anyway, so we have these 3 pieces of paper. This is for the background of the tag, this is for the tag, and this will be the strap that goes around your pillow box, just like this here. Okay, so this will be the paper. All right. And then we have, of course, the recycled clear packaging that I love to use, and it is awesome, and I try to keep as much packaging as I can so I can reuse it, as you probably already know. So let's put all this stuff aside. All I need right now is the clear packaging and my die. So I'm going to get that out, and of course I need my Sizzix die machine. It is a manual die cut machine with the appropriate excuse me, let me pull this out here. Okay, put that right there. Okay, so what we're going to do, we need the appropriate pieces here. I'm going to turn this around, it makes it a little bit easier. Okay, so we're basically going to take this here, which is your reused packaging. We're going to make sure it fits right on top of here and make sure that the whole die is covered so that we don't miss anything. Now we have this platform on the bottom, and then we have a platform that goes right on top. So we're going to do that. Okay, place it right on top here. And we're going to roll it right through. It sounds like it's cricking and cracking and making all kinds of noise, and it may not last, but this is exactly what it does, and it does it every time. So it just means it's working, that's what I say. Okay? So we move the top platform, and what we see here is what was die cut. So this is the item here that we cut. Okay? And we can put the die aside. We no longer need that anymore. And we don't need the platforms or any of this anymore. So I'll just put this aside. Okay. So then we have this cute little pillow box. I love this pillow box. It's one of my go-tos, especially with all of the gifts and gift cards that I like to give. This is perfect. So what we've got here, this is the pillow box. Let's see if I can put some paper behind it so you can really see. Okay, so that's the pillow box there. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to just fold this. I do it backwards and then forwards because I think it works best that way as far as adhesion and to make sure that you have really good creases. Okay, so we're going to do that. I always fold all the parts first before I get them all connected because I think that it's, for one, easier to put it all together, and for two, it makes sure that it's all lined up and it makes it easier for the process. Okay, so as you can see, I kind of put all the little parts and folded them up where the score lines are, so we're all set with that. What I'm going to do is fold the little part back here. This is where the adhesive goes. Okay, so I'm going to take out my red tape and I'm going to cut a little piece off. We're going to put it right on the edge here. Okay, right like that, so it stays really good and is adhered well. And then I'm going to take my scissors and I'm going to cut that little edge off to make sure that we have it all set. And that looks like a good line up there. Okay, so what I do is I just push really hard down on this to make sure that that adhesive is totally adhered there, and then I'll pull off this little red part. Okay, and for this one what I do is I line it right up to the edge, push it in just a little bit, and actually I'm going to flatten this out just a little to make it a little bit easier for you to see what I'm doing here. Okay, so we're going to do that, and we'll line it right up to the edge here. You want the pillow box, as they call them, to line up, and I'm going to really push down on this. And what I like to do is take out my brayer and make sure that that adhesion works very well. So I'm going to just roll this a little bit here, make sure that it stays. And then I'm going to pop it out just a little bit to create my little pillow box. Now what I did was I put this little notch on the inside, and then I do the outside of the flatter part. And the reason why I do that is because it's easy for you to get to the top part, but to get into the inside sometimes is harder. So we have our pillow box here. It's already done. And again, this is using recycled packaging that I used for one of the dies that I had. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to take out our stamps and we're going to take out our ink. Now I'm going to use my stamps that I use all the time, and you'll see that I have loved them a lot. So we're going to use the to and the from. And we're going to use this cute little block right here. And I'm going to line that up where I want it. Now you could do it either way, whether you want it right up to the edge, like I like to do it here, you'll see in just a second, or if you like to line it up so it's centered, however you want your sentiment done, you can do that. But here's a closer look to see what I'm talking about. Okay. So what we're going to do now is we're going to take the ink out. We're going to ink the to and the from for our cute little tag. And I'm going to place it right here. That looks good. I think I'm going to do it one more time. It got a little bit squished. So let me do it one more time. Ink it. And actually I'm going to flip this piece of paper over. Looked like there might have been a little bit more ink there than I wanted. So I'm going to just push it down. There, that looks great. I'm going to put this aside. I don't need the ink anymore. I'll put the ink aside too. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to take out the punch. And what I like to do is I like to use the punch upside down because it gives me good control and I know exactly where the punch is going to be. So what I'm going to do here is just line it up the way I want it. I think that looks good. I'm going to punch it out. Okay. And as you can see, when you make a mistake, just turn it over because we're not going to be looking at the back side of this one anyway, so we're good. Okay. Put that aside. Now we have this cute little piece of paper, and this piece of paper is going to go right on the back of that. So all I'm going to do is simply take my corner rounder and just punch, 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 line it right up. Like I said, it's pretty simple. And then we're going to take our adhesive, going to adhere to the back of this right here, right onto that little mat that I created. Okay. Line it up, and that's all set. Now, last but not least, what we're going to do, and I actually pre-scored this for myself. You don't need to do this. You could easily just fold it, but I did it for myself because I had done the other one. So what I suggest you do is measure it ahead of time and just kind of get an idea of where you want it to line up. And I think that looks great. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the red adhesive. We call this the red strong tape. That's what I call it. And then we're going to take our scissors. I'm just going to cut a little piece off. Okay. And cut off the little edge there. I don't think we need that. Put the scissors aside. And then we have, whoops, we're going to do it right up to the edge to make sure that it's completely covered there and that we don't have to worry about it coming apart. Okay, push down on that. Now it's not as necessary for you to really make sure that it's super adhered and have to use the brayer because it's a loose fit, so you won't have to worry about that. So what we're going to do is place it right back in there. We're going to line it up. That looks good, and I'm going to push down, and then I'm going to pull this out and push down again just to make sure that it's adhered properly. Okay? Then you can do one of two things. You can keep this back part like I did here where the seam is, or you can put it on top of the seam, whichever you prefer, because it's a pretty close tie, you wouldn't even be able to tell. But I'm going to do it on the front. So what I'm going to do is just adhere this here. I'm just going to center it right like this. Make sure there's a little bit of each showing. Push it right down in the middle. And then, as you can see, I didn't do the edges because of the way that this would fold out, okay? And it works really well this way. So then so then you're just going to take this part and you're going to squeeze it right in. Oops. And then you're all set. It goes right in there. Or maybe not. Okay, there we go. Okay, so we have this cute little creation. And this is another example of the cute little creation that I made. And I added a little bit of paper on the inside. This is kind of like gift paper that you put inside like any gift bags or anything. You can, like I said before, you can create your own. You could shred your own paper, whether it be glitter or satin paper. You can use a whole bunch of different things and create your own little look. So I hope that you have a fantastic holiday with Thanksgiving coming up, and I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Please be sure to subscribe to our blog as well as our YouTube channel. And I also wanted to let you know that we are having a 30% off sale, and it is until November 30th. So whether you're on our Etsy or you're on our website, we have a 30% off sale, so please be sure to check it out. Now is the time, because these are the best deals and the best prices we're going to have. So thank you so much. We hope you have a fantastic day, and again, we hope you enjoyed going on a creative journey with Melissa. Bye-bye.